Every day, we have thousands of thoughts that pass through our minds, but not every thought influences us in the same way. It's the thoughts that we dwell on, the thoughts that we believe, and the ones that we give meaning to that shape our emotions, our decisions, and ultimately our reality. As human beings, we're constantly attaching, we're assigning meaning to everything and often without even realizing it. Think about it. How many times have you labeled something, this is good, this is bad, this is right, this is wrong, this always happens to me, that never happens to me, I'm lucky, I'm unlucky, this person is kind, or this person can't be trusted. And then every thought that you have is filtered through the meaning that you give it. And the meaning is what then triggers your emotional response. Basically, your mind is like a meaning making machine. Let's take an example. Imagine you text a friend and they don't get back to you for hours. Person A gives this meaning: they are ignoring me. Maybe they're upset with me. Maybe I've said something wrong. What is the emotional response? Anxiety, insecurity, impatience, frustration. Person B assigns a totally different meaning. They must be busy. They will get back to me when they can. The emotional response is neutral, calm, patient. Same situation. Two very different emotional experiences, not because of the situation itself, but because of the meaning that is assigned to the situation. And the meaning that is assigned creates an emotion. Emotion creates a decision that drives an action and determines the result. So hopefully you can see now that the emotion that you're experiencing is not even caused by the situation, but it's caused by the meaning that you assign to the situation. Situation is just a trigger. It's all got to do with the meaning that you give it. Therefore, if you want to change your emotional reaction, if you are tired, maybe in reacting in self defense, or needing to justify your actions, or taking responsibility for other people's feelings, or maybe you're constantly reacting in this anger and impatience or frustration, it's not about changing others, it's not about changing the situation, but rather changing your thoughts and changing the meaning that you give to the situation. And here's the thing: if your dominant thoughts that running through your minds, I'm not good enough, I'm not chosen, something is wrong with me, I'm not smart, I'm not fill in the blank, I cannot fill in the blank, then every time you find yourself in a situation that hits the trigger, your mind will keep on reinforcing the meaning. And with it come the same familiar emotions: disappointment, fear, self doubt, rejection, blame, guilt. So it feels like you're kind of stuck in this loop, changing the circumstances, believing that they will bring you more happiness, maybe more success and fulfillment, only to experience the same old beliefs and emotions over and over and over. And the sad thing is that most people live their lives without even realizing it, being slaves to their thoughts, to their emotions, trying to change the circumstances around them rather than just changing one thing. The only thing they can change is that what's going on in here. So, how do we start changing the meaning? How do we start changing our thinking? Well, the first step is to recognize that everything is neutral. There's no absolute bad, there's no absolute good, there's no absolute right or wrong. Because think back to a time when you believed something was the worst thing ever. Maybe you got fired from the job or made redundant. Maybe you dealt with some health challenge, or maybe you went through a painful breakup. At that moment, you labeled the situation, or rather, your mind labeled the situation as this is a bad situation. This is wrong. This shouldn't be happening. But maybe looking back at it now, years later, you can actually see how that was a great opportunity. That failed relationship made you stronger and wiser. The job loss led you to new opportunities that you never would have pursued otherwise. The experience, the situation from the past didn't change, but what's changed is the meaning that you are assigning to it now. So once you begin to change the meanings that you give to the situation, your thinking will naturally change. And because thoughts generate your emotions, when your thoughts change, your emotions will change. When your emotions change, your decisions change. When your decision change, your action change. When your action change, your behavior changes. And ultimately, you're going to start getting very different results. This level of self-awareness is essential because the moment you recognize that your emotions are being triggered not by the situation itself, not by the other person, but the meaning that you are giving it, you take your power back. You become the one in control. You stop giving your power away to the external circumstances. So let's do a very practical example. What I would like for you to do is to think of something you truly want, or maybe someone you really want to become. It could be, I want an amazing job where I feel appreciated, happy, and fulfilled. Or maybe I want a relationship where I can be accepted for who I am. Or maybe it's, I want to become a speaker and inspire the world and travel to new places and countries. Whatever it is for you, take a moment to write it down and then write 5 benefits of being that person already or having that thing already. So pause this video and write 5 things down. But I'll quickly give you an example. So when I did this exercise, my goal was I wanted to be a great speaker who travels all over the world. And the benefits I wrote were making an impact, meeting new people, seeing different places, growing as a person, and doing what I love. So let me know in a comment below, what are the benefits of having or being that already? And then we're going to go to the second part where we're going to change the meaning. So we're going to do something interesting. We're going to write the opposite of what you just wrote. For example, in my situation, it was I'm not a great speaker and I'm not traveling all over the world. So once you've written the opposite of what you just wrote earlier, pause the video again and write 3 to 5 benefits of not having and not being that already. And again, I'm going to share with you my example. Maybe it will help you because I know people really struggle with that. So here's what I came up with. I'm becoming more resilient. I'm learning more about myself. My message, my content are evolving and becoming more aligned with what I'm truly meant to share with the world. So what are the benefits of you not having or being that already? Write them down and also share in the comments if you want. Because if you do this properly, you will notice something powerful. Both meanings have benefits. There is no right, there is no wrong. It's all part of your journey. You see, we often don't get in life what we want, but we always get exactly what we need. And when we start accepting that our current situation is the best thing that could be happening to us in that moment, we stop resisting the challenges, the learning lessons that are coming to us, and we start embracing them and growing and learning and evolving from them. And you can apply this exercise to anything in your life. Something triggers you, something upsets you, someone says something you don't like. Instead of reacting, pause, write down, or maybe even in your head, what are the 5 benefits of this person shouting at me? Maybe it's even like I'm learning how to respond rather than react. And watch how your thinking shifts. Watch how you're going to start reacting differently. Because when you truly understand that life is happening for you, not to you, you step into a place of power, resilience, and an inner peace. So have a go and let me know what you discover about yourself. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.